Hi friends, it's Anne here, and today is my 6th update for my lip project pan for 2021. So this project pan, there's really no sort of rules for it or anything. It's just a year-long lip project pan where I'm just trying to finish up some of my lip products. If you've watched my channel for a while, you will know that lip products are my kryptonite. Like, I just want all the lipsticks all the time. I just buy a lot of lip products, but I know I don't go through them as quickly as I would like to. So that's really why I did this project. So we've got some big movement this month, so let's just get into it. So the first item in my project is this Burt's Bees lip balm. This is just a basic lip balm. It's in a wild cherry scent, and it's finished. Yay! I finished a whole lip balm. Took me 6 months. And it was not entirely full, so this little thing doesn't turn up anymore. And I mean, there's maybe like, I could maybe dip that down a little bit more if I wanted to, but I'm scraping the plastic and it's not comfortable. So I'm calling this one done. It started, or last month it was 6.99 grams. It's now finishing at 6.26 grams. In total, I used 3.16 grams of this, which means it was almost full because it says there was 4.25 grams in it. So again, I almost finished a lip balm in 6 months. So happy that that's done. The second item in my project pan is this Revlon Super Lustrous Lip Gloss in the shade, I think Supernatural? Rosy Future. Sorry about that. Couldn't remember the name of this one. So this one, I don't know if you can see. Oh, you can't really see. I drew a line. You can see during the side, or through the side there. This is almost done. Like, it is so close to being done. I could have maybe called it, but I am still getting product out of it, and I do kind of want to see how far I can push this. I am going to try and take the stopper out soon. I'm still getting product out, so I'm not taking the stopper out just yet. I'm going to try and leave that to the last moment possible, because I know as soon as I take the stopper out, like, this product, it's going to get real goopy. And yeah, so I want to see how far I can push this and see how much I can get out of it. But there's very, very little left. Like, I could have called this. Had I not been doing a project pan, I might have called this at this point. So last month this was 27.35 grams. It's now 26.8 grams. So that's a difference of 0.55 grams. I feel like I also got really good progress on this. This is the Colourpop Lippie stick. It's in the sheer formula and it's in the shade Kiddo. And this is all that's left. Like, I feel like that from a Lippie stick perspective, like when you, because I just bought 2 new ones. They're actually quite long, and that's pretty good. And I was able to put a new line on the lid. So hopefully you can see, I was able to put a new line on the lid there, which makes me happy. So yeah, I did focus on this quite a bit. I want to continue to keep focusing on this one because I feel like I get in a good rhythm when I start using this one. The only thing that slowed this one down was I wanted to finish up that lip gloss, and I really tried. So it did kind of hamper the progress on this one a little bit, but I was focusing on this past month as well. So last month this was 9.86 grams. It's now 9.83 grams. So that's just a difference of 0.03 grams. Again, pretty small in terms of weight, but visually a good change. This is where things kind of dipped down a little and things slowed off. The next product, I did use this quite a bit. This is, the brand's called The Color Workshop. It's that like no-name brand from like Walmart and whatnot, drugstores. And I mean, the little bullet is pretty small. It's getting there, and I did use this, so I used this as like a blush a number of times, but I feel like when I look at the little lines, I really wasn't able to like draw a new line, but the weights, at least on this one, did change, and I did feel like I used this one, maybe not as much as I have in the past, but I did use it at least better than last month. This project and the next two were like, or next couple, maybe not next two, but a couple were not, like, there was no movement at all. So last month this was 12.64 grams. It's now 12.59 grams. So that's a difference of 0.05 grams. This is the product that's just not moving. And it's like twofold. It just doesn't suit, I don't think it's a very summertime product, the color. I feel like because it's fairly cool toned. It maybe doesn't quite look it on camera, but it's one of those ones that has definitely like a cooler undertone. And especially if you build it up, it'll get a cool undertone. And I like this color, so I feel like I'm not super motivated to finish it. I just kind of want to get through as much of this as I can. Like, I want to see progress, which I have been able to see progress like a little bit on the lid. I've done some markings, but yeah, like I'm not super motivated anymore to finish this. I kind of slightly regret putting this in the project, but we're here anyway, and I'm not going to take it out because I'm just going to, you know, periodically use it because like I said, I still would like to, by the end of the year, see a noticeable change in this. Because it is, I think, one of the oldest lipsticks I have in my collection. Don't want to guess how old it is. So last month this was 14.96 grams. It's still 14.96 grams. I did use it, like I used it maybe twice, maybe. I know I used it at least once. I feel like I'm doing pretty good on this. When I look at it through the side, this is the, if you didn't know, this is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. This is the regular, the original. When I look at the side, it's not super impressive, but when I open it up, I'm like, oh yeah, that's looking pretty good. Like I feel like I'm, you know, really getting through it compared to, because I felt like I've had this for a really long time and I just kind of wasn't using it very regularly. So it felt like it was like full. Like it felt like it was like brand new for like the longest time. So I don't know. I'm happy with the progress on this, even though it still feels like there's a long way to go still. And I'm hoping I'm going to finish this by the end of the year. I'm slightly concerned, to be honest, that I might not finish this. So last month, this was 51.24 grams. It is now 49.51 grams. That's a difference of 1.48 grams. And this is the second product that has not had a whole lot of progress, but again, kind of like the Color Workshop, I did use this as a blush a few times. I did use this as a lipstick a couple times, and I've used it more than that Rimmel. Did I even say what this was? This is the Rimmel Lasting Finish in the shade 050 Paradise. This is the Marc lipstick in the shade Slow Burn. It's just the mini. And I mean, it's pretty small. I didn't realize how, like, this is a pretty stiff formula. Like, it's actually kind of hard to, like, pan this. Maybe this was a poor choice of lipstick to pick because it's not super creamy, and I do find, like, I can't really build it up. Like, I can't, like, apply it twice. I feel like it stays actually on the lips for quite some time. So it's not something that you want to reapply regularly. So it's definitely a slower moving product than I had anticipated. But I did use this. So last month this was 11.29 grams, now 11.25 grams. That's just a difference of 0.04, but for a lipstick, that's not bad. I feel like I got pretty good progress on this, considering I just introduced it this past month, and I was really focusing on the other lip gloss. So this is the Revlon Kiss Plumping Lip Cream. The more I use this, the more I'm starting to like it. It does have like that minty cooling consistency, and it doesn't look too bad on its own. It can get a little pale on me, like it can look a little like, you know, like my lips disappear at times, but for the most part it's not a bad shade. So this is in the shade 525 Barely Blush, but it is like, it's, if I swatch it, you'll be like, how is that possible? Like, there's a swatch on the back of my hand there, but there's something about this sort of, maybe it's just the reflect in it. It kind of sometimes gets a little too pale, or can look a little pale on me, but yeah, the more I use this, the more I'm like, okay, I like it. And the reason why I put this in was because it seemed to be like separating and like going off. So I just want to finish this up. I wouldn't repurchase this, so I'll just put that out there. There's other lip glosses and lip balms that I like a lot better than this, so I wouldn't repurchase this. When I introduced this, this was 11.62 grams. It's now 11.42 grams. And the second product that I introduced last month was this Revlon. I laugh because I ended up having 3 Revlon products in this project. That was not intentional. Clearly I like Revlon lip products, or at least I went through a phase of buying a lot of Revlon lip products. This was one of the lip butters, so if anybody remembers these, this is my last standing lip butter in Wild Watermelon, I think is the shade. And I made enough progress on this that I was able to draw a second line. Again, I want to kind of focus on this one a little bit more over the summer months because it is a really bright, if you go pretty light with this, you can get sort of almost like a lighter pink type color, and it's not so intense, but you can also put this on pretty heavy and basically get like this color on your lips. Like, it can go pretty rich. It's got a lot of depth to it. So I like it. Like, come on, bring these back, please. There's like, I know there's other products that are similar and dupes, but it's not the same. It's not the same. I even just like the packaging. Like, I loved how the lids were the same color as the product. It's really pretty packaging. I know all good things can't last forever, but we can make it last a little longer. Like, these weren't around long enough. At least for me, I felt like I discovered them way too late. I literally discovered them, and then like 6 months later, it was like, they're being discontinued. I'm like, oh. And that's like, I bought these on sale, and I was like, no wonder why they were on sale. Anyway, when I introduced this, this was 23 grams. It's now 22.97 grams. That's a difference of 0.03 grams. So I finished one product. I'm almost finished that lip gloss, which should mean that I'm introducing 2 products, but I'm not going to. Not yet. I will definitely introduce something next month. I don't know if I'll introduce 1 or 2 items, probably 2. But at this stage, I'm not sure exactly what items I want to introduce. I thought I knew. I was pretty certain. And then the more I looked at my collection, I was like, maybe I should go with this one instead of this one, or maybe I should do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably pull those items that I'm thinking about and play with them over the next month to see which ones would make the best or the most sense to put in this project. Thinking about things like what I already have in the project, thinking about things that are older, and thinking about things that, let's be honest, that I can pan a little easier. Because a couple of these items, like the lipsticks, are definitely a little trickier to get through. So I need to have some items that make it, like lip glosses for me are always a lot easier for some reason. And I like lip glosses, but you know, I like them, and I have a lot that I don't really want to pan, like they're newish, so there's like not a huge motivation to pan some of the newer ones. But anyway, so that's why I'm not introducing anything at this point. I also feel like summertime, I want to be a little easier on myself in terms of this project. I feel like I'll have a bit more motivation to pick things up and add some new items next month. Just want to take it a little easy this month on and focus on what I have in the project as well. So that is my mid-year update on my lip project pan for 2021. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you did subscribe to my tiny little channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.